people, and thank you for joining the session. So we all know we are going to discuss about Docker and Kubernetes from today. Yeah, many of them knows that it's going to be one day session, but not. We are planning to have 25 to 30 hours of session, literally approximate 1 month of training. Okay, so in this 1 month of training, we are planning to cover Docker and Kubernetes with pipeline concepts. That is what our ultimate goal. So where if you take Docker, Kubernetes and all, today, whatever the technology you are working, whether you are working in DevOps industry or you are working as an application developer, or you are working in cloud environment, whichever the platform you works, Docker and Kubernetes play a major role and crucial role. Okay. Today, at least they would have mentioned one word about Docker and Kubernetes in the job description. Definitely, people are giving you more priority, and people are giving you more preference when you know the Docker and Kubernetes knowledge during the interview. Okay, also you can expect for a high package. You can ask more package and all right. That much important today. Docker and Kubernetes playing a major role in the IT industry. All right. So today's class, I'm going to explain the importance of Docker and Kubernetes and how this Docker and Kubernetes enlarged the technology today, and some of the client use cases and client requirement, right, in real project. I'm going to show you that information as well. And finally, yeah, of course, I'll be sharing details and all with you. That is the action plan for today. Fine. So myself, Harry, I'm working as a senior cloud consultant where I'm taking care of AWS, Azure, GCP, multi-cloud environment. In addition to that, we do have a DevOps tools. Parallelly, I do work with the Docker and Kubernetes. This is what my technical background. So yes, this high tech institution, right? We are there in the industry for more than 7 years. So in my career, last 7 years, right? We are along with my consultant experience. Last 6 to 7 years, I am providing these kind of training to people. Okay, fine. This is the background about me. So let's get started with the Docker and Kubernetes. Before we understand about Docker and Kubernetes, we should know about virtualization, virtual machines. So of course, yes, if you take 7 8 years before, when you take any environment, they'll be having a physical data center. Okay, all the server storages, everything available in the form of physical. So we have to host our application on the physical server. That time it was very difficult to handle many physical server in our data center. It's quite difficult actually. So that is the reason the replacement and the betterment of the technology. We got virtualization as a concept. There is someone called hypervisor. Okay, there is someone called hypervisor who will help us to create multiple VMs from the given hardware. There are two major vendor, I would say, company: VMware, ESXi, and Hyper-V from Microsoft. These kind of hypervisor application, that's a software. The software will allow you to and help you to create multiple VM, multiple small virtual machines from the given hardware. Okay, that is something called a hypervisor concept. Let me draw you the architecture of it. So when I open my MS Paint, there is something called hypervisor virtualization. Something called hypervisor virtualization. We have a hardware. On top of the hardware, right, we will be having the hypervisor application. Hardware means storage, CPU, memory, everything. On top of it, hypervisor. On top of the hypervisor, right, we will create our own VMs. This is a VM1, VM2, VM3, like that. This is something called as a VM. Fine. So the advantage of hypervisor is from the given single hardware, right, will help you to create a multiple virtual machines. There are many vendors who providing this service even today. VMware, ESXi, Hyper-V from Microsoft, KMS, like many vendor who providing this hypervisor service Okay, so but there are few drawbacks with this hypervisor. The drawbacks are all about very expensive one. The license itself, the VMware ESX, if you go, or Hyper-V license, whenever you purchase, right, it's very very expensive one. Okay, and addition to that, in order to manage this centralized applications, you need huge hardware for the management console. To managing all those resources, you need a huge hardware required server, and each and every VM, right, that will consume unnecessarily lots of hardware consumption. Due to all these reasons, right, we got Docker as a technology. We got Docker as a technology. Okay, so here I'm introducing Docker. In Docker, right, what we will have, we will be having a hardware like that. Okay, how hypervisor had a same configuration of hardware. There is no much difference. Hardware. On top of the hardware, right, we need to have a operating system. It should be Linux based operating system. Okay, any flavor it could be. On top of Linux, right, we'll have a Docker engine will be running. We'll have a Docker engine. On top of the Docker engine, right, we'll be having the virtual machines. Okay, here we are calling it as a VM, but over here, right, we'll be calling it as a containers. Okay, we'll have a many containers. On top of the Docker, we'll create a container. Hope you have clarity now. So hypervisor, okay, I think I have cut and pasted over here. Let me take few VMs. Okay. So what happened? We all know on top of hypervisor we have a multiple virtual machines. Similar way on top of Docker, right? We have multiple containers. Okay. Basically, containers are lightweight. Where we discussed the hypervisor very expensive, the license and all, right. But Docker is the open source one. Docker is the open source one. We don't want to buy any license, and it's very lightweight. It will consume very less hardware. Okay. Overall, whatever the drawback we felt in the hypervisor, right? Everything fulfilled here as an advantage. So that is the reason people they have migrated from hypervisor to Docker based application. Even in Docker, right? From Docker, people are migrated to Kubernetes. Next version of Docker, they are migrated to. Yeah, of course, we have a Docker Swarm in between, but fine, we'll discuss about it later. But after Docker, right, they are migrated to Kubernetes. The reason all about when you are migrating to Kubernetes, in Docker, we don't have proper high availability. What does mean by high availability? Whatever the you have read, if something happened to your hardware or if something corrupted in your operating system level, you won't be able to access your Docker and the container, whatever the application you provision in the container, right, those are inaccessible. Okay, so that is the reason, since there is no proper high availability in the Docker, it looks like a standalone server, so they are migrated to Kubernetes actually. So now I'm going to explain you the Kubernetes architecture. Okay, Kubernetes architecture. When you come to Kubernetes architecture, right, they are made up with for providing high availability. They are working in the principle of cluster-based mechanism. They are working in the principle of cluster-based mechanism. So like this, in cluster you will have a multiple node. Node in the sense server, node one, node two, node three. We'll have a multiple nodes, multiple node in the sense multiple servers, right? On top of the node, okay, we'll have a operating system. Okay, each and every server will have a its own operating system like that. Everything Linux based. On top of the operating system, we can have a again Docker as a runtime. On top of it, we'll have a Kubernetes component. We'll have a Kubernetes component. Have a Kubernetes component. On top of the Kubernetes component, right, we'll have a pods. VM hypervisor provides VM. Docker provides container, Kubernetes provides pod for you. You'll have a multiple pod, it depends upon your requirement, we can provision. These are called as the pods. Okay, fine. What is the advantage? How it differ from Docker? Basically, the Kubernetes is the technology itself been invented and found by Google actually. It's a product of Google actually. I don't know how many of you knows. They initially for providing user request, right? Google made Kubernetes as a open source. Then every cloud service provider, right? They have started integrated with them. AWS integrated with them. Azure, GCP, everybody, right? They were integrated with multiple different cloud service provider. The only the reason it became much more familiar and famous. Okay, fine. The biggest advantage over here, if something happened to your base hardware, okay, not an issue. Still, we have a two more available hardwares are available. So whatever the pod were running in this particular hardware, right, it will be recreated or moved to next available. Even if you today come for the cloud-based Kubernetes cluster and all, we have auto scaling kind of functionality available. If something goes fail in the node one, another node will be recreating immediately using the help of auto scaling. Like many advantages are there. Okay, so it's providing the complete orchestration tool for my containers and mainly for microservices based deployment. Right, the Kubernetes is the best recommended one. Like that, it has many features and many advantages are there. Okay, this Kubernetes cluster can be set up on top of on-premises, on top of you know the specific location. Cloud-based cluster we can do. We can go with the Fargate-based cluster. All those things we'll discuss. All right. Now I'll go back to my presentation. This is how the same thing. Whatever I explained in MS Paint, here I have given as a hypervisor virtualization containers for Docker. Here this is the architecture for Kubernetes actually. Kubernetes. Furthermore, we are dividing something called master node, okay, and there is something called worker node. Near Kubernetes cluster, when you have a three node, okay, minimum there will be two node. When you have a number of nodes, right, one node is mandatory to have it as a master node. So master node literally is the supervisor for my entire cluster. He will define who need to do what activity, who will perform which activity, everything master node will be defining. Worker node, right, they'll be working like a workers in this particular cluster. Any request comes, any activity comes from the user, the worker node is the one who actually works. Master node is the manager kind of, supervisor kind of. Okay. Still, furthermore, if you go, we have a API server, controller, and all. I don't want to make you guys overload in the first session itself. Okay, we have enough time. Tomorrow onwards, maybe I can take it forward. So we'll discuss everything. All right. That is the action plan. Fine, guys. Now, the people whoever looking to change your career, okay, whoever looking to upgrade your career, I know that many I saw some polls and all was voted by many people in social media. How was 2022? Everyone voted right. I totally wasted. Okay, it was not good. So like that, there are many people know the ratio, more ratio, right? We would receive on the perspectives and the topics of more into not achievable. So many people take the New Year resolution, I believe 2023 New Year resolution. What I personally suggest for your interview preparation, you take the resolution to upgrade your technical knowledge. Okay, of course we have enough time, but initially, right, if you take any initiatives, if you follow for 1 month, right, definitely you would be able to in the same force, in the same mindset, okay, in the same positive vibe, you would be able to complete. I think this is a great opportunity for you right now. So when you go for attending interview and all, you should know the real-time project use cases, because after COVID and after pandemic, we all know every interviews became what? Every interviews it became online mode through Zoom call or Google Meet, something like that. So in this, many people they are taking this as advantage and they are doing proxy for the interview. They are doing the proxy for the interview. What does it mean by proxy? We have a few somebody will be attending the interview. So in that case, see, I am an interviewer. I know what is the current process we follow. We'll be asking a scenario basis question. Recent days. The main reason why we are asking a scenario basis question is when I'm asking a scenario basis question, the people know he should know if he is really working in a project. Only then he would be able to answer it. Even if you do proxy and all, the lip sync will not match. So example, I'll ask you a few questions for now. You are attending interview for Docker Kubernetes or any DevOps or anything. So I am the interviewer. I'll be asking a scenario question in such a way. Could you please explain about your current Kubernetes infrastructure and architecture? How securely you are managing your environment? What are the security best practices you are taking care of it? And how do you monitor your entire Kubernetes cluster? And what is the strategy you follow for log management? This is one question. The person who works in the real environment, only he can answer it. Remaining, right? If you do proxy and all, you will not follow the lip sync. Okay, that kind of no, the generation has been changed actually. You should prepare for your interview with real time projects. But every time, right, I noticed many people, right, depending, no, full time on YouTube and Udemy for preparing their interview and updating their technical skills. Okay, first thing, take YouTube and Udemy for your referring any concept, but don't completely believe on YouTube and Udemy because the problem is they are the theoretical oriented. Even as of today, no YouTubers or no Udemy people ready to cover the live project information. Okay, nobody ready to cover the live project information. So what I'm strongly recommending, go ahead and learn all the real-time project use cases. Go ahead and learn the all the real-time project use cases. Now you may have a question, hey Hari, I'm very new to Docker and Kubernetes, man. So how can I, go and learn all these real-time project use cases? Where will I get all those things? For answering them, right, I have a very good document for you. Okay, maybe I'll share it with you people, whoever part of my batch, right? I'll be sharing this with you maybe tomorrow or something like that. So what happened? This document completely made with the real-time project use cases, completely made with the client requirement. See, I have categorized as a multiple section. Docker one for section one, Docker container. CTS got a new project which is in pipeline. They are doing POC for their client requirement. CTS approached the client in such a way they will help client to move their VM or Docker container. So everything we are taking and we are approaching with the scenario basis. See, if you take Docker web application, developer committed their web application code into GitHub repository. You have to use either Nginx or HTTP Apache to host the web application from the Docker container. Expose the application publicly using the port 8081. Clone the source code from GitHub repository. So this is the Docker web application. This is the Docker web application based scenario. And there is another use case, Docker image. So create an image from Docker file, clone the application from the below source code, expose the application with HTTP report, use Nginx or HTTP service to deploy it. Okay, set up Nginx or Apache is the default working directory. So we'll be working on customized image build. So here image automation process, Docker image automation process. If you go here, we are starting the EKS Kubernetes. Okay, if you come down, we are working with the rollbacks access control. There are a new person who joined my moment. So in our session, I told you right, initial before starting the session, this is something going to be 25 to 30 hours of session, literally 1 month of training. Monday to Friday the sessions will be okay. Saturday, Sunday there won't be any more class since it's a demo session today. So I took Sunday, but otherwise Monday to Friday only the classes will be. So daily basis, I plan to take. See one information. This entire batch, I'll be the trainer. Nobody else will come and they'll confuse. Nothing like that. So I am the only one who gonna take care of the entire batch. Okay. So daily basis, I'll be taking one project use case like that in front of you. I'll derive the solution for that. So you are learning the concept of Docker and Kubernetes. In addition to that, you are parallelly learning the live project scenarios as well. Minimum, I can ensure to feed you 20 to 25 different scenarios before completing the session. With that knowledge, if you go and attend the interview, right, definitely you'll be able to clear it. The interviewer will believe, okay, you have a real project exposure and detailed knowledge on Docker and Kubernetes. That is the action plan. We do have some, architecture diagrams also. Based on the architecture diagram, we'll be setting up the pipelines and all. Okay. Section 10, section 11. Then it will go, it will keep go, guys. It will keep go. So that is the action plan. So and each and every session, right? We are also, taking a session. So parallelly, we are recording also. Okay, live session. Right now, how we are recording. Similarly, live session will be recorded. We'll be updating in the drive. After end of the session, daily basis, you will get the recording session. Daily basis, you will be sharing. So if you go and check everything, right, we have discussed. So daily notes, you will get all the documentation and study material, interview focus, interview material, scripted, task, A to Z, right, we'll provide it to you. There is no problem in that. Understand? So this is how we are planning for the batch literally. And yeah, our action plan here, we are not only going to target about Docker and Kubernetes. In addition to that, we are also going to target Jenkins as a pipeline tool in our environment. As I said, we are going to cover with the real-time project, right? When we are covering real-time project, Docker Kubernetes pipeline also playing a major role. So when it is playing a major role, so what we are decided, we are planning to go with Jenkins as well. We are planning to go with Jenkins as well, which also part of our session, not only Docker and Kubernetes. In addition to that source code management repository, we're gonna use Git, and AWS is the cloud platform. So end of the day, you will be familiarized with all those 4 to 5 different key technology today: Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Git, and AWS. This is our action plan. And to joining this batch, right, don't need of prerequisite knowledge. We'll give you all the interview guidance. We are also support you for certifications, and we are also helping you for job support, and we are also helping you and giving you idea on placement assistance, recorded session, lifetime access. Okay, all the dumps, PPT document, whatever I have related to Docker, Kubernetes, and other technology, I'll be sharing that with you. So complete bundle you will get, guys. Complete bundle you will get. The session, right, as I said, which is starting from tomorrow. Okay, the people whoever takes the newer resolution, take this as a new resolution. The timing would be 9 to 10 a.m. IST, daily morning 1 hour. If anyone felt this timing is very difficult, right, no need to bother about it. Okay, join this batch daily basis. As soon as session get completed in next 1 hour, the videos will be uploaded in the drive. You go through the video and connect with me privately whenever you are available on your time. I'll connect with you. I'll clarify your doubt. There is no problem. Okay. General discussion will happen at 9 to 10 a.m. IST. But if time is not convenient to you, no need to bother about it. Okay. Join the batch and enroll it daily. Go through there. Then and there. Session completed. Recording will be updated in the drive. Go through the recording and connect with me one on one for further discussion. I'll help you. I'll connect you one on one. I'll just help you further. Okay. There's no problem in that. And second thing, coming to the fee structure, right? The fee structure is all about, in this demo, I'm going to take somewhere around 5 members in my batch. Okay, I can even show you how I'm going to manage that. Basically, when you look at every sessions, right, we'll have a batch like that. See, we'll have a batch like that. So batch number, we'll create a WhatsApp group, be 114, something like that. We'll create a batch. Here, what we will do, daily basis, I'll share the meeting link here only. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday. So you can see, if I'm not able to take session, hey, in my office celebration, new year celebration is going on, unable to connect today. So people like you guys also will be responding here. People like you guys also will be responding here. So I'll be going to create a WhatsApp group after this demo class. The people will be part of that WhatsApp group. So I'll be sharing the meeting link, everything in that particular WhatsApp group only. Batch number will be, this is my batch B121, 121st batch. Okay, we have completed 120 batch successfully. This is the 121st batch for me. So I'll be the trainer for the entire batch. And one another great information. Okay, one another great information. The thing is, the thing is all about, in order to enroll the batch, right, in order to enroll this course, you can pay simply 500 rupees through Google Pay or Phone Pay or Paytm or whatever, credit card, debit card, whatever. You can be part of my group. You can attend the session from tomorrow. You can attend next couple of sessions. Then you decide whether to go further, okay, or what. If any point you guys are disappointed due to any reason, for all the member, okay, in the batch you felt it's disappointed, for all of you, I'll be refunding your 500 rupee enrollment fee. Okay, so you need not to worry about it. Your 500 rupee enrollment fee not going to waste. All right. So I'll tell you the actual course fee for Docker and Kubernetes, for GitHub and Jenkins and AWS. Real-time project use cases. We are going with outside. If you go, people are charging up to 23,000, but here we are going with 9999 only. Okay. Again, the interesting factor is all about this 9999 is negotiable one. It's not a fixed one. Okay, we can talk in the group. We can negotiate it, but I don't want to negotiate it in the public place right now. Many people are there. The 5 member I said, right, whoever going to enroll it, after attending couple of session, let them decide and tell. Okay, so we can negotiate it. When you are paying next installment, you can negotiate and pay the remaining fee. There is no problem in that. Okay, installment option also possible. So 100% money back guarantee. The enrollment fee 500 is inclusive of this amount. It's not a separate amount. GST all inclusive of tax, GST, and this particular 500 rupee enrollment fee. Everything is 9999. All right. So fine, guys. What is the next action plan? I'll be going to create a WhatsApp group. Okay, I'm going to create a WhatsApp group. So what you guys do, the people who are interested, share your name and contact number in the chat box. We have a go to meeting here. We have a chat box. Share your name and contact number. What I will do, once I got your number, I'll add in my WhatsApp group, the session which is going to start tomorrow, right? I'll add you over there. Tomorrow onwards, you will get the meeting link only on that particular WhatsApp group. The second thing, I'll give a call back to you. If you have any doubt or question, you can ask it to me further over the telephone, one on one. I'll clarify your doubts. Almost I covered everything here. Still, if you have any doubt or question, I'll clarify over the phone. Then you can join it. Okay, but keep in mind we don't have much time. Tomorrow we need to start. All of you need to pay 500 rupees as the enrollment fee in order to be part of our session. Otherwise, remaining people will be removed from the group before starting the session tomorrow. Okay, fine, guys. Quickly go and share your number. So fine. Shivani, thank you. I got your number. I'll give a call back to you. And Amber, thank you, Amber. I got your number. I'll add you in my WhatsApp group. I'll give a call back to you. Okay, you will be part of my batch. And Dana, thank you, Dana. I got your number. I'll give a call back to you. I'll add you in my group. Okay, tomorrow onwards you can start attend the session. So remaining people quickly share, guys.